Innovation starts with an invention, a bright idea, and not necessarily with a clear route to a commercial success. Over time, it becomes an innovation if it's accepted on a market and the market is growing. And over time, the market will mature and eventually decline. And this is typically what we call an S curve. And what's interesting is that you can extend these S curves by constant improvements, where you refine the innovation with features, add-ons, smarter ways, etc. But at a certain point, you need to reinventing and actually rethink what is the true need, what kind of problem has I really solved. And it doesn't matter if it's a business model or a service, a product, a process, a management system, it is the same logic. And when you're reinventing, you actually start with a new invention, and you need to test that out and find a clear path to a commercial success. And that you typically do in small steps, and you try things out and you grow the market for it, and eventually it declines. And then you are in the need of a new reinvention, where you reinvent and try to find a new model based on the same need. And what's interesting is that need seems to be pretty persistent over time, but we have different means of satisfy that need. And it doesn't matter if it's external need or internal need for a product, service, business model, management, it's the same. It starts with a need, and someone would like to satisfy that need. And on a market, you will compete with other players, and you need to build on what you're really good at and try to stay on top all the time. So this could be seen as three horizons, basically. In the first horizon, you extend the S curve. You work hard on stay on top longer with traditional means and traditional methods, which is pretty much about improvements, and work with the known. In the second horizon, you typically do more experimenting, prototyping, you test maybe markets and try to do things in new ways, and eventually you find something that could be the next S curve in the first horizon. In the third horizon, it's pretty much about gaining insights and knowledge, exploring the unknown to learn, and that nurture the second horizon. You will find things in the third horizon that you can bring to the second horizon and test out. And that could eventually be brought down to the first horizon. And this is a very structured way to look upon innovation and reinvention over time, and actually creating a balanced portfolio which lead to risk mitigation, where you don't put everything on one card and hope for the best, which many times happened in the past, where you extend what you have, and suddenly it collapses, and you in panic try to find the big next thing, and you launch it, and it might not fly. And that happens many times in the past, and I foresee it will happen many times in the coming years, but in a higher speed than ever. So I would say this is really calling for a structured way of risk mitigating, working over horizons, instead of just launching the big next thing that you might not be sure of.